Here we are with a 2012 Hyundai Accent GLS. We're gonna replace the rotors. So this is all apart right now. Got the new rotor in my hand, the old one's right there. There's one little spot right there, which is a tiny screw. And that's what this is here. These are your 4 lug nuts. Those are these, the bigger holes. 1, 2, 3, 4. That little one has a tiny screw. You actually, if you can't get that out when you have the old one on there, you basically got to take a drill, just drill right through it and drill to the side, and it'll crack. It'll go right through the screw and right through this little hole coming out the other side here. And there's nothing there that you have to worry about. It'll just hit the metal. And now when you put the new one back on, line that little screw up with that little hole. Make sure that little hole right there next to the bigger holes lines up with that little hole right there. So those 4 right there, boom boom, goes on, push it on, and now your tire is going to go flush up against this, so you're not going to need to put that little screw back in, because you ruin it to get it out anyway, because they never come back out the way that they should. They're in there, they rust. So now what you got to do is put this bracket, which is your caliper bracket, back on here. That's going to go like that. You got 2 longer screws right there and 2 shorter screws, which will go to the actual caliper itself. So what I'm going to do is hold this in place, and let me see what I can do. Right back here there's going to be a slot or a screw, if you can see it right there, and then that bracket is going to line up behind it, and you're going to slide the screw right through. You're going to see one right there. You're going to put it right there and then push this until that lines up, and then that'll go on. So now I'm trying to do this with one hand so I can show you. So once that's in place, I'm going to put this down for a half a second to get it in place. Alright, so those 2 screws are in place right now. I just got to tighten those up, hand tight for now, and I'll show you what you got to do with the other part. So now what you're going to do is you're going to take this, which is your caliper, and your caliper is going to come on here after you put your brake pads in here. So you're going to put 2 new things in here. You got these little clips. They're going to go down here, face up like that. It's going to stay right in there. Boom, boom. You're going to do one up top right here, just like that. You're going to push it up. It's going to stay in place. You're going to take the little grease package that you have. You got this little grease package, and you're going to squeeze it. Get a little bit on your finger, and you're going to put a little bit right there. Same thing on the other side, right there. Slide it. Don't matter if you get it on a little bit of other stuff. And that's going to be there for your pads. Now, this part faces up. That's your warning for when your brakes go out. And it's going to go with the curvature. See how the curvature is? The curve goes like that. You're going to put that on the back, slide it into those little grooves. Let me get that one in, and then I'll put the other one in too. Alright, so now this one is going to go right in that little slot there, and then it's going to go right in that little slot there, and those are going to squeeze together. And then what you're going to do is take your caliper, put it right over the top, and then that lines up with that, and the other one lines up there, and you put the screw behind them right here to go through this and into this. So that's going to go flush with that, and then this screw is going to come in behind it and connect to this boot, and same thing there. So now what we got to do is get those to do that. And now once you put your tire on and that goes flush up against this, your tire is going to suck to this, push this up against there, and you're not going to have to worry about that tiny little screw. It's really just a placeholder. And that's how you do your brakes on your 2012 Hyundai Accent GLS.